Welcome, everybody. Welcome to First Center, First Church here in New York City. Welcome to everybody on our Zoom call. It's good to see all of you here. There's a large gathering. We want to welcome everybody on Facebook, and we want to welcome everyone on YouTube. Welcome those of you who are watching now around the clock on our new YouTube Live channel. And always, the people who show up here at our studio, we want to say a special hello to you. You're the troopers who keep coming in, though our vast audience now is virtual all over the country. We're doing important work here, as we always say, and we're learning, we're growing, and we can't come down. When we're faced with being shut down and shut out and everything else, we made a decision that we're going to find out what the future wants, and we're here to grow and as a community, as a virtual community, now as a hybrid community. We do our growth individually. That's the work we do. Individually, we work with consciousness. And we're doing it collectively also in this beautiful community of like-minded people all over the country and now all over the world. Tonight, we're going to be talking about a new thinking cap. And so I've got one here. I'm going to put it on, and you'll see why. You might notice I'm wearing the cap today. Please don't worry about what's going on with my head. It's nothing serious. My situation, though, gave me an opportunity to explore different ideas, new thinking, the concept of a new thinking cap. So I'd like to start with a little exercise tonight to explore this concept. It's a little mindfulness exercise. It takes a minute or two, but it can be a powerful tool for you to use anytime you want. So I want you to use your beautiful imaginations and embark on a journey in your imagination. It's just going to take a minute or two, and it can be powerful. So let's start by relaxing, taking a deep breath, and exhaling, and another. You can close your eyes if you want to, and be comfortable in your chair, and release any tension you may be holding. Just relax. And imagine before you lies a beautiful ornate carpet. This is not any carpet. Maybe for you it's some color you love, or perhaps it's oriental, but it's beautiful. It's a magical thinking carpet that will transport you to places of wonder and awe and bring you to insight. As you step onto the carpet, feel the luxurious softness under your feet. And as you stand upon it, you notice the intricate patterns that seem to shimmer and shine with a hint of wonder and enchantment. You notice with your simple thought, it moves and you're lifted off the ground, carried by the gentle power of the carpet. You can feel the air around you as you ascend, supported by this force. And as you rise gently, you begin to notice that the landscape below is changing. You're not just floating in the air, you're floating through time and space. And as you soar on your magical thinking carpet, you pass through different realms of imagination, familiar sights and new sights. You might find yourself in the midst of a green forest surrounded by vibrant colors and the songs of exotic birds, or perhaps you're whisked away gently to a tranquil beach where the gentle waves provide a soothing rhythm to your thoughts. And as you continue your journey, you suddenly realize that you're not alone. And off on the horizon, there's a radiant light that's emerging. And as you approach it, you see in the distance, there's a thinking cap. There's a new thinking cap. You can create that image in your mind, and as you think about it, you're moving towards it. And with graceful descent, your carpet brings you closer to this glowing symbol of fresh perspectives and new insights. You can see the image there. As you place this new thinking cap on your head, I have mine, you feel a surge of clarity and wisdom. From this elevated vantage point, where you're not troubled by anything, you look back at the challenges that you've had the things you've gone through, the obstacles that once seemed daunting. And with your newfound perspective, your new thinking, they all appear less intimidating, almost as if they've transformed into something else, stepping stones of your growth. So let's take a moment now to reflect on the things you've been through, the challenges that you've faced even recently, be they health challenges or financial challenges or whatever they may be. See them all through the lens of this new perspective, this new thinking cap. And notice how the shift in perspective reveals new opportunities, things you hadn't seen before, other solutions, and a sense now of empowerment. Oh my goodness, I've been through this. I'm stronger. And you begin to understand that there's options, there's other options. And as you ponder these insights, a feeling of peace and determination washes over you. Now gently return your focus to the present moment, to our lesson. You're back now in this sacred space, but you carry the essence of your magical journey with you. Remember that you have the power within. You have the power to summon the spirit of your new thinking cap. So whenever you encounter challenges in your daily life, whenever you need a fresh perspective, a touch of enchantment, or wisdom to navigate change, the suggestion for today is just close your eyes and envision your cap, your new thinking cap, and allow its transformative energy and intelligence to guide you. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes and bring your awareness back to our gathering. Carry the essence of this visualization with you as you explore today's lesson, which is all about embracing change. We want to learn that life is always unfolding for our greater good. And let us explore how this relates to our New Thought teaching. In the New Thought movement, we're always encouraged to be here now. You'll hear me say in different lessons, look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. And, so the idea is look to this day, this moment. Don't look to yesterday. Don't look to what happened before. Because everything you need and everything you ever want is happening in this moment. Be here now. Learn how to do that. Take the time to learn how to quiet yourself, take the pause, and bring yourself into a new moment. Bring yourself back to the present, or what we used to say, to the garden. You want to slow down so you can embrace new moments. Many of you have a difficult time being in new moments because you're in the past, and you're in hurt, and you're in places where things have happened to you, or you'll be in the future. So we want to come back and be still and know that all is well and embrace these new moments. And we want to challenge our habitual thinking, our thoughts. So if you can put yourself in a new moment, imagine with your new thinking cap, if you do that and you're committed to doing that, you'll unlock fresh perspectives deep at the center of your being. There's an infinite well of intelligence. So let's put on our cap and put a demand on consciousness and know that we have all this untapped good and knowledge and wisdom within us. In life, we often find ourselves feeling like we're trapped. We're trapped with familiar patterns, thought patterns, situations. And all of this unknowingly keeps us tied down, and it limits our growth and our potential. It's like walking along a well-worn pathway that's comfortable. In some ways, though, it's restricting because we've never varied off from it. Some of you think of this as the old programming or old tapes. And the power of the new perspective or the new thinking cap is what it symbolizes. It lies in our ability to help us break free from these old patterns. Think about moments when you've embraced change, where you've just had the courage and you've tried new things. Maybe you haven't done so in a while, but think about those times. Perhaps it was a time where you decided to see a situation from a new angle or to try something entirely new. Sure, it was scary, but it was rewarding also. And when you've done this, when you've taken these bold steps, it's opened doors for you to solutions that you hadn't considered possible before. By putting on this new perspective, this new cap, we open ourselves to the possibility of unlocking fresh perspectives that can enrich our lives. And we can see with new eyes. There's another metaphor that I'm fond of. The metaphor was putting on a new pair of glasses. Chuck C. wrote that book years ago, which is one of my favorites. And as we change our glasses, the frames, the world around us comes into focus with a newfound clarity. In a similar way, our new thinking cap allows us to see the world with new eyes, unencumbered by preconceived notions and biases. So think about it. When you feel connected, supplied, and supported, you can approach challenges and opportunities with curiosity and openness rather than fear. Things change. Just as a new pair of glasses will sharpen our vision, a new thinking cap, new perspective will sharpen our mental and give us mental clarity. And it will let us navigate the intricacies of life with greater insight and wisdom. As we proceed on our journey, guided by the symbolism of the magical cap today, let us remember the power to embrace change and the transformation lies within each and every one of us. Deep within the center of our being, there's an infinite well of love and intelligence. We have incredible power to use. It's available all the time. We have everything we need, and I mean everything we need. But it's always up for us to decide if you're going to use it. We can make a choice to see the world anew. And we can be here now, and you have the power to, see it differently right here, right now. Just starting here, starting now today. But you got to keep on doing it. That's the thing. Recent weeks, we talked about having conviction and maintaining that conviction. Louise Hay would say, remembering and forgetting is the game that we play. So when you're in a place of remembrance of your connection, you're on fire, you're alive, you're plugged into source. But then we forget. So you've got the power for sure. And you can make a choice again and again to see the world anew. And I suggest all of us, let's do it. But more than that, somewhere deep within us, we want to develop, something like we want to be willing to go to any lengths to just maintain that connection. Commit yourself to it and keep committing yourself to it. To stay on track, or as one of my friends would say, stay the course. Every single one of us on this call, on this extended call, no matter where you're listening and what part of the world, can do this. And we can make a commitment to our own growth and evolution that will lead us to remarkable destinations. So to embrace change, I was considering different stories of people to give as examples today. There's so many people who have been through so much and overcome a lot, and I had to narrow it down today to one. People who have faced adversity and just went on to phenomenal success in every type of field. So it was great for me to read the stories. This is one of the great joys that I have doing what I do every week in preparation. But I narrowed the story down to one person because I think she's universally known at this point. And the person I chose to talk about just for a moment is Maya Angelou. And here's her picture, and let's get a little bit into her story. Maya Angelou is a woman who exemplified the transformative power of embracing change and the magic of a new thinking cap in her own remarkable journey. Maya Angelou was a remarkable poet and a fearless activist. She embarked on a life journey that exemplified the indomitable spirit of resilience and transformation. In her early years, she faced a hellish life, a tumultuous childhood that left her scarred by the wounds of severe abuse and every kind of hardship. This pain led her to believe that her own voice had the power to inflict great harm, and that caused her to fall into a deep silence for an agonizing number of years. The world seemed to lose the brilliance of her voice and her genius. Her words trapped within the cage of her past. And it's all in darkness, amidst, she said, the darkness of her silence. A beacon of hope, though, came forth into her life in the form of a teacher, someone who encouraged her, who recognized the dormant potential within the young Maya. This mentor, through encouragement, this person was a lifter like we talk about often. This is a person who constantly was a lifter, kindled the spark of self-expression that had been smoldering within Maya. With this gentle encouragement to express herself through her art, which happened to be poetry, Maya Angelou took her first step towards healing and transformation. These are the moments in our life. Loving ourselves and having people around us that support us. In this pivotal moment, Maya made a very profound decision that would forever alter the course of her life. She chose to confront her pain directly, straight on, not to avoid it, to confront her past and her fears head on. And in doing so, she channeled her emotions into the written word. Each and every poem became a vessel through which she explored the depths of her own experiences, the struggles that she had endured, and then the resilience that was waiting to be unleashed. Imagine, if you will, that as Maya embarked on this transformative journey, she donned, again, a new thinking cap, a metaphorical thinking cap. And with her, the cap was no ordinary accessory. It was imbued with the magic of possibility and the power to change perspectives. She had tremendous talent, ready to be unleashed. With each poem she wrote, Maya's cap glowed brighter, infusing her words with a sense of purpose and healing. This decision led her to create her greatest work, her memoir, which many of us have heard of and read, and it was entitled, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Here's a picture of her book. Maya courageously bared her soul, recounting her journey from a place of complete brokenness to one of triumphant self-discovery. The cap that she wore magnified her inner strength, allowing her to face her challenges head on. And in doing so, she was able to transmute them into a source of empowerment. Maya Angelou's decision to transform her pain into poetic power, guided by her metaphorical cap or her inner guidance, became a beacon of hope for countless individuals all over the world who faced adversity and challenges. Her words served as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power for us to make conscious choices to rise above any circumstance that we've ever been in. In the tapestry of her life, Maya Angelou wove a narrative that intersected with our teaching and the teaching of our founder, Raymond Charles Barker. Raymond Charles Barker wrote the book, The Power of Decision. Barker's philosophy aligned with Maya Angelou, emphasizing the significance of embracing one's inner power. That's the same thing that Ernest Holmes was talking about, for us to have our inner experience, to know that we have this power and we can make choices that will shape our destiny. So just as Maya wore this metaphorical cap, Barker's teachings remind us too that we possess this cap. We possess this, we have the ability, we're capable of transforming challenges into opportunities and darkness into light. Maya Angelou's life story stands as a testament to the idea that every single decision we make carries the potential to shape our reality. It's always up to us. It's never about the other guy. Maya's decision to transcend pain and to channel it into expression and creativity showcased the strength that resides in every single one of us. There is tremendous power, tremendous strength in each and every one of us that simply lies dormant within. It's been called the best kept secret of the age, that power, that strength in you, operating through you. Today, we celebrate, and today as we reflect on Maya Angelou's journey, let us remember that her story is a mirror reflecting our own capacity for growth, our own capacity for change and resilience. Again, her triumphant transformation serves as a testament that within each and every one of us lies the ability and the potential to rise above every kind of adversity. We have within us the ability to reshape our own narratives, we're writing our own scripts, and to embrace change as a force for empowerment. The final chapter has not been written for any one of us. We have the ability to write the chapter. So with our own metaphorical caps firmly in place, we're standing at the crossroads of choice, always. It's entirely up to you. It's up to me. As we've witnessed through Maya's life, just as she adorned her magical cap, we too can embrace our own power of decision, a power that shapes destinies and redefines possibilities. So let us all consider embracing the power of decision to forge a path of change, of transformation, of affirmative living, and so we can have triumph over adversity. Just as Maya Angelou did with her inner guidance, her magical cap, if you want. In her own words, she said, "We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated." That's a great line. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. I will rise. Remember, all of us, we're doing important work. Every one of you on the call are doing important work. You want to be about, as they used to say, the Father's business. You're doing important work and you don't have time for the mess. So let's get centered and let's rise together. Let's put on our magical caps and rise. And remember, we're doing important work. With these words in our hearts and with the essence of the magical cap within us, we're all ready to move forward. So let's explore some practical ways to embody the lesson we've learned today. To put on our new thinking caps, to go forward. I'm fond of a friend of mine who always used to say, inspiration without application is mere hallucination. So it's one thing to come here and be inspired week by week, but we want to do something with these words. We want to get serious about them, and at least maybe not serious is the right word, but we want to become committed to practice, to remember. Tune in as often as you can. Meditate wherever you can. Keep on reminding yourself that you are supplied and supported. So let's bridge the gap between inspiration and action by considering a few definite steps. We can start to cultivate a new perspective. We can start each day by being resolved to never criticize ourselves. Stop in the name of love. Stop. Wherever you're being critical, stop criticizing others. In Maya's journey, self-criticism, she had to give it up. And all of us, we want to be resolved to silence that inner critic that undermines our confidence. We want to embrace self-compassion and acknowledge, the value that we are. I tell you week after week, there's no one in the world like you. So never criticize yourself. You might have made mistakes, but you're not a mistake. You are an evolving, beautiful human being, and you're growing, and everyone else is too. So we want to leave people alone. And we want to know that they're in the perfect right place, evolving. Repeat often affirmations that work for you, like I love, accept, and approve of myself exactly as I am. Practical things. Stop the judgment of others. Maya Angelou's story teaches us the power of empathy and understanding by refraining from negative talk and judgments of others. When we stop all that, then we create an atmosphere of compassion and unity. So let's choose to see the best in those around us. Now that's work sometimes, but let's choose to do it. Let's keep a gratitude journal of some kind, but if not a gratitude journal, let's be committed to shift our focus from what's lacking and to start our conversations about what you have, what's abundant. Practicing gratitude, of course, cultivates a positive mindset and mentality and helps us recognize the blessings that are all around us. Everything is there for us. It's all there for us. So we want to learn to embrace change as an opportunity. I know it doesn't feel that way in the beginning for many, but you want to start to think that way. Whenever you encounter change, think of it as an opportunity for growth rather than a source of discomfort. Approach change, if you can, with curiosity, maybe with humor. You might discover some new dimensions, and you might discover some new strengths that you have. Open yourself up to new experiences. Try something new. Engage in new conversations listen to people with different perspectives. Each and every new experience contributes to your personal growth. I was told by a great minister, commune with great minds. In this day and age, you can read great books, you can listen on YouTube. Just begin. He used to say to me, you live in a time and place where you can commune with some of the greatest minds that have ever lived. So next suggestion, practical suggestions, empower other people through encouragement. Just as Maya's mentor empowered her tremendously, you can be a source of encouragement for others. Early in my ministry, I was told you can be a lifter or you can be a leaner. You can keep, just by saying to people, good job, you can be the person who's always seen the good and, really encouraging people. So resolve yourself to be a lifter. Lift people up with your words, your actions. Say thank you. Do whatever you can to empower people to embrace their own journeys of transformation. As we embark on this journey of transformation, let us internalize Maya Angelou's lessons, the power of decision and the symbolism of the magical cap. With each decision we make, we're shaping our reality, we're fostering growth, and we're embracing change. We're bringing it in and we're embracing it. Let's remember that within us lies the strength to transform anything, any challenge into opportunities, and to embark on a path illuminated by the light of our own new thinking. The next practical suggestion that we talk about often, but we mention again today, do your best to become more mindful. Just about every single lesson we have, especially on Thursdays, encourages the attendees at the gathering to pay attention to what it is. Be present to your own thoughts and observe your thoughts without judgment. Just notice what you're thinking, what it's been like being you. Don't criticize yourself for having them, but notice. Notice what is coming up for you hour by hour. Because that very conversation you're having, which I say is always with the most important person in the world, is the one that's creating your life. So you can turn that conversation around if you want to. I have a lot of affirmations. I have a whole section here on gratitude. If you focus on what you're grateful for, it multiplies. You want to be going from a person who talks about what you have. I have health. I have wealth. I have creativity. I have friends. If you're talking about you have not, I don't have this, I don't have that, then that's what you're putting into motion in your own life. When you're connected to Source and you know deeply that you, in your inner being, that you are supplied and supported, then there's no scarcity in your mentality. If you know that you're supplied and supported deeply and you're loving and lovable, that becomes evident in your life everywhere. When we're practicing gratitude, we are reminded of the richness of our experiences and the blessings that surround us. When we're coming from a connected place where we know we're one with the one, then we're on the supply side of life, no matter what's going on. So let's cultivate gratitude. Let's open ourselves up to new experiences with a heart full of appreciation, and that'll make our journey of transformation much more meaningful. The takeaways for today is there's importance in adopting new thinking if you want to change. We want to change our thinking to change our lives. The thing to always understand is you have the power. Please don't think that somebody outside of you can do this for you. I have some affirmations for you today that I put together that I think are particularly good, that you can take with you. I have some on health. I have some on prosperity. We're going to wrap up the lesson. First of all, just by expressing gratitude for having each and every one of you here with us. I listened to all your chats on the call and your remarks, and we answer as many people as possible. So We're loving all the feedback we're getting. So let's work with a couple affirmations today. William James came to mind for me, first of all. He said, the greatest revolution of our generation is the discovery that human beings, by changing their inner attitudes, the inner thinking of their minds, can change the outer aspects of their lives. And you all know that, of course, right? Frank Zappa said, your mind is like a parachute. It won't work unless it's open. So for all of us who are set in our ways, let's develop a new willingness to open ourselves up to new thinking, to let go of yesterday. George Bernard Shaw, famed George Bernard Shaw, said, progress is impossible without change. And those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. So that's something to ponder. Our dear Albert Einstein, who we seem to quote most weeks, said the measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Viktor Frankl said, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged at last to change ourselves. So rather than kicking and whining about what you don't like in the world or you don't like in other people, when we're no longer able to change a situation, we're challenged to change ourselves and our thinking. Well, next go to James Gordon. He said, it's not that some people have willpower and some people don't. It's that some people are ready to change and others are not. This reminds me of a 12-step program slogan from 40 years ago, which, it asked us to pray for the willingness to change. And that's something we could all do. Alan Watts next spoke to me with his quote by saying, the only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join in the dance. And one I think I liked in some ways best of all, which is when you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person who walked in. And then he said, that's what the storm is all about. So when we get into our teaching of metaphysics, that line that you hear me say from time to time, which is it takes great wisdom to understand that all events, circumstances, and happenings are helpful. That's what I'm reminded about the storm. Everything that is happening or has happened has been there to bring you to a higher place of understanding. And it's all God in action, or good, or the energy of life. The affirmations for today. First, I embrace change with an open heart and a clear mind, knowing that new opportunities await me. That's one you could use. Another one is I release old thought patterns and welcome the flow of new and expansive ideas. Another great one is every challenge, every single one, is an opportunity for growth, and I face them with courage and determination. Here's one I have highlighted for you. I am supported by the infinite abundance of the universe, and my supply is constant and plentiful. And this is one that's beautiful. My faith in the unseen empowers me to manifest positive outcomes in all areas of my life. I'm resilient and adaptable, embracing change as a stepping stone to my dreams. I create my reality through my thoughts and beliefs, and I choose to focus on positivity and abundance. I also put together a couple affirmations specifically on health and well-being because we hear the health challenges that people are experiencing on our calls. So this one you might keep if it's appropriate for you. And it is, I am the embodiment of perfect health, and my body naturally responds to the patterns of well-being within me. There are perfect patterns within me operating through me. And next, I release any worry or doubt about my health, knowing that my body's natural state is one of balance, wholeness, and vitality. Two more. I am a channel of healing energy, and I'm open to receiving the support and resources needed for my well-being. Next, every cell in my body radiates with vitality and strength, aligning with the innate healing intelligence inside. These affirmations can inspire a positive mindset and can help shift you towards wholeness and well-being. Most of you know through all my work dealing with AIDS and people dealing with AIDS, every hand that touches you, you could say in any medical situation, is a healing hand. All these affirmations can inspire, again, a positive mindset and help you shift from fear towards connection with your practitioners, connection with source, and also acknowledge, these affirmations can acknowledge some of the challenges you're facing. Another thing I want to say before we close out today's lesson is you don't have to go it alone. This center exists to keep this message going, that you're supplied and supported. You can call me, you can call Jimmy, you can call any one of our people. In recovery circles, there's an old saying, a problem shared is a problem cut in half. We're here for you. And if you need somebody to help you with a little bit of affirmative prayer when you're going through a tough time, we can certainly do that. We teach you how to empower yourself. Sometimes people are in places where they need a little extra help, and we're here for that. So feel free to call us and keep doing your affirmative prayer work. I'd like to encourage anybody and everybody to use these affirmations as a tool, any of them, or ask Jimmy for copies of them. So you can maintain a positive perspective and develop your consciousness. And you have the ability, if you do so, you'll be cultivating an environment of healing within you. So we close today with a commitment to put on our magical thinking caps and know that we have the power to heal, we have the power to transcend, to know that everything that's happening in our lives is happening for us rather than to us. We are the lifters. We are not the leaners. We are the applauders. We're the cheerleaders. And we have the ability to do anything we want to do. Life supports us. The universe is sending you all green lights. And so it is for this morning. Thank you all. We'll see you the other side of the break.